Okay. Hare Krishna, and happy end of Kartik to all. I'm going to end with the Gopi Gita. Tavagatamritam tapta jivanam kavibiriditam kalmasapaham Shavanamangalam Shrimadattatam Bhuvi grinanti te Bhurita jana Jayati te dikam Janmana braja Shayata indira Sasvadatrahi Daita drishyata Dikshuta vakas Tvaidritas Draitita Daita deshatam Dikshu Tvaidrita savastam vichinvate Sharadutashaye Sadhu jatasa Sarasi jodara Shimushadrisha Suratanath te Sulkadashika Varadanignato Neha Kimbada Vishajalaapyayat Vyalarakshasha Varshamutad Vaityunanalat Rishamayatmat Vishvato Bhayat Rishabhate Vayam Rakshita Muhu Nakalu Gopika Nandano Bhavan Akhila Dehinam Antaratmadrik Vikhanana Satito Vishwaguptaya Sakha Udevan Satvatam Kule Virachita Bhayam Krishni Druryate Charanamiyusham Samsriter Bhayat Karasaroruham Kantakamadham Sirasi Dehina Shikaragraham Brajajanatihan Virayoshitam Nijajanasmaya Tvam Shanasmita Bhajasake Bhavat Kinkarismano Jalaruhunanam Charudarshaya Pranata Dehinam Papakarshanam Tinacharanugam Shiniketanam Panipanarpitam te padambujam Krinukucheshina Krindirichayam Madhuraya gira Valguvakyaya Bhutamanojashai Pushkarekshanam Pitikaririma Viramoyati Radharasidhunapya Yayasana Tava Katamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibiriditam Kalmasapaham Shravanamangalam Shrimadattatam Bhuvi grinanti te Purida jana Prahasi Prahasitam priya prem vishakshanam Viharanam chate Dhyana mangalam Rahasi samvido yariti sprisha Kuhakano mana shobhayantahi Chalasi yad vrachaj Charayan pashu nalina sundaram Nathate padam Shilatrinam kure सिदति तना कलिलता मना कान्त गच्छति तीन परीक्षये नीलकुण्टले वनरहुननं बिभ्रदवृतम् गणरजस्वलं दर्शयन् मुहुर्मनसि न स्मरं वीरयचसि प्रणतकामदं पद्मजाजितं धरणिमण्डनं ध्येयमापदि चरणपङ्कजं शन्तमं च ते रमणनास्तनेष् अर्पयादिहन् सुरतवर्धनं शोकनाशनं स्वरितवेणुना सुस्तुचुम्बितम् इतररागवेश्मरणं निनं वितरवीरनास् दे ते धरमृतम् अतति यद्भवन् अनिकाननं त्रुतियुगायते त्वामपाश्यतम् कुटिलकुन्तलं श्रीमुखं च ते जडोदीक्षतां पाक्ष्मकीदृशम् पतिसुतन्वया भ्रातृबान्धवान् अतिविलङ्घ्यते नीतच्युतागता गतिविधस्तभोद्गीतमोहिता हितवयोषिता कास्त्यजेनिषि रहिषि संवितं ऋचयोधयं प्रहसितहननं प्रेमवीक्षणम् बृहदुराश्रयो वीक्षधामते मुहुरति स्प्रिया मूयते मना व्रजवनौकशं व्याक्तिरङ्गते वृजिनहन्त्र्यलं विश्वमङ्गलम् त्याजमानश्च नस्त्वा स्पृहात्मनं स्वजनहृदृजं यन्निषूदनम् यत्ते सुजता चरणभूरुहं स्तनेषु भीता शाने प्रिया दधिमहि कर्कशेषु तेन्मतिम् अतिशितव्यता ते न किमस्वीत् कुल्पदिभिः भ्रमति धीः भवत आयुषं now. Sorry about that last verse.
Usually it's done like Te Sujata Charanam.
Yeah. Yate sujata charanam buruham staneshu bhitashane priyadadi mahi karkasheshu tena tavimatashitatvata tena kim svet kurpadi vibramati di bhavatayushamna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Vrindavana Dham, Jaya Vrindavana Dham, Vrindavana Dham, Jaya Vrindavana Dham. Vrindavana Dham Jaya Vrindavana Dham Vrindavana Dham Jaya Vrindavana Dham Krishna He Krishna He Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Parampara Guru Parampara Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Thank you.
Jai, 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 Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Girit Hare Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Juki Jai Radha Raman Juki Jai Jai Radha Madan Mohan Radha Govinda Radha Gopinath Radha Damodar Juki Jai Jai Nitya Leela Vavishta Om Vishnu Padasta Tatsat Sri Simad Abhaya Charna Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Raj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Nitya Leela Vavishta Om Vishnu Padasta Tatsat Sri Simad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Raj Ki Jai Jai Nityalita Vavishta Om Vishnu Padasta Tatsat Sri Simad Bhakti Pragyan Keshu Goswami Raj Ki Jai Jai Nityalita Vavishta Om Vishnu Padasta Tatsat Sri Simad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai Mahabhagavad Srila Gaur Kishoras Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Saptam Goswami Srila Sachidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ki Jai Vaisnava Sarvabhuma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Gaurivaranta Charja Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu Ki Jai Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai Sri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Traya Ki Jai Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Sri Rup Sri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Sad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Sri Sarup Damodar Roy Ramananda Adi Gaura Prashavini Ki Jai Namacharya Shwaharas Thakur Ki Jai Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Antardip Mayapur Si Mantardip Godumadip Madhudip Koladip Rudadip Chandradip Modudumadip Rudadip Ramakar Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Gogovardhan Dvarasanatmaka Shri Badrivan Bandiravan Bailvan Lohavan Mahavan Madhuvan Talavan Kamudavan Bahulavan Vrindavan Kandiravan Kamyavan Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Shri Radhakund Shamakund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Nandini Shrimati Radharani Ki Jai Shrimati Lalita Shrimati Vishaka Arya Sasaki Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Rupa Manjari Shri Rati Manjari Ari Manjari Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Purnamasi Devi Ki Jai Shri Vrinda Devi Ki Jai Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan Chakraju Ki Jai Bhakta Vigvina Sri Nrsimha Bhagavan Ki Jai Bhakta Raj Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Harinam Prabhu Ki Jai Shri Bhuvana Mangala Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Brihat Pradanga Ki Jai Shri Braj Mandal Parikrama Ki Jai Urja-vrata and its all glory Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaisnava and Ki Jai. All glories to the all-assembled devotees. All glories to the all-assembled devotees. All glories to the all-assembled devotees. Gaur Premanande, Hari 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 Bol.
Thank you, Marj, and thank you to Nalini Didi for singing so beautifully. Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Radha Govinda Priyatmane Shri Shrimad Bhakti Jivan Acharya iti namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shri Shrimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti namine. Vanchakalpatarupisha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Pattanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. First of all, I'd like to offer my humble obeisances at the lotus feet of my divine spiritual masters, Nitila Pravisht Om Vishnupada Stotra Sat Shishima Shila Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Shila Gurudev, Nitila Pravisht Om Vishnupada Stotra Sat Shishima Shila Bhakti Jivanacharya Goswami Shila Guru Maharaj, and Nitila Pravisht Om Vishnupada Stotra Sat Shishima Shila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Shila Prabhupada. The entire Rupanuga Guru Varga, Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, and the Tridandipad that has been guiding us through this whole Braj Mandal Parikram. My humble obeisances to you all. So we're on the final day of our official Kartik program today. Normally at Giridhari Gaudiya Math, we would be doing a fire sacrifice, and some devotees will be taking initiation today. And I'm sure some of the sannyasis also took their sannyas initiation today as well. So today Gurudev would conclude our program and parigram and inspire us to continue to take in everything that we've learned and hold it within our hearts and then spread the mission. He would also inspire us to come again next year and also to come to Navadvip Parikram. We've been really, really fortunate that for even though we've not been able to physically go to Parikram, we've been virtually been able to go. I mean, technology is advancing and it can cause a lot of maya, but we've been able to use it in seva, and this is one of the most best things that we could do as disciples, is to use some things that are not so favorable for bhakti in favor of bhakti. And we've been fortunate that Srila Gurudev has guided us throughout this whole program, and the Vaishnavas have given us such beautiful Harikatha. So today our three Vaishnavas will conclude on our program, and then we will have some short videos and then conclude our program. Today the program will be very short. We were initially going to invite everyone to speak and say something. However, due to time restraints, we're unable to do that. So the floor will be open a little bit later after we finish live. So please do forgive us for that. It's just that because of time restraints, we're not able to do that. And Bekaris Maharaj has got to go and make some pizza with tomatoes in it. So which he won't be sharing with any of us. And he'll be eating by himself. So so I guess the floor is over to Vekanas Maharaj first. Then the Pranams Maharaji.
Dhanavat pranams. Actually, we're not doing that today.
Oh, you're not
because-
doing it?
No, because we've been so busy. It takes a couple of days. You got to do your dough ahead of time and all these things. And we're so busy, you know. We're kind of short-handed here. So
He's
we're
gonna make
doing,
pasta instead.
you know, cook, bottle washer, all these different things are going on, you know. So, but we can meditate on it and in this way serve it to do it better by preparing mentally. But at any rate, just a brief obeisance. Agyana timirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurlamilitanjena tasmai Sri Gurave namaha Gurave Gauda Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Bhaktya Vihina Parada Lakshaya Kiptascha Mari Taranga Madhye Kripa Mai Tvam Sharanam Prapanna Brinde Namaste Charanada Vindam Tavevasmi Najivami Tvayavina Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tvam Nayanam Charanandike Vancha Kalpaturubhascha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So, offering my respectful obeisance under the lotus feet of my beloved gurus, unto Sri Guru Pada Padmanitya Lila Bhavishta Om Vishnu Pad Asto Tarasata Sri Simad Abhaya Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, and unto Sri Guru Pada Padmanitya Lila Bhavishta Om Vishnu Pad Asto Tarasata Sri Simad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and to our exalted Guru Varga, our transcendental lineage, and to all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So I just want to say, in many ways, this has been quite a unique, remarkable parikram for me. More than any time in the last many, many years, I felt connected with Vrindavan, and by the grace of Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, who in previous times planted the seeds of this parikram in our hearts when we were in Vrindavan under their guidance. So many of those memories and emotions and feelings and maturing realizations were coming out because of this. And I believe this is Gurudev's intent, Srila Prabhupada's intent that bhakti is cumulative and that it's quite tangible, that if we practice it sincerely with the right mood and the proper way under guidance, then we can actually detect our own growth, as amazing and astonishing that is. And generally, of course, the tendency is not to be able to perceive your own growth. Everybody else is making advancement, but not me. But even tiny, tiny things. And on this program, especially I have to say, with Sridhar Maharaj's detailed descriptions of where we are, how we got there, where this forest is, where that is. I mean, for the first time more than any other time, I was able to understand the geography of the Dham. In the past, on the physical Dham itself, half the time not able to wear glasses, being in a bus, not knowing where we're going, not having maps, just being pushed out the door, and here we are, and then back in the bus, and okay, now we're in another place. I never have really known the relationship of all these places together. And this time, more than any other time, I was able to, which helped me understand the pastimes a lot more too. And the relationship, you can imagine in the last few days, Javad up there, and then Nandagan, and then, Barshana here, and then Prem Sarovara, and then Kokilavan, and I've never had that before in that same way. So I'm really indebted, Chaitanya Mahashi's always been oriented like that. He's making maps and charts and organizing, and it's been such a help. And the enthusiastic discussions of the different speakers, it was really nice. And I hope next year we can get more speakers. It's really nice hearing Shuddha Dvaiti Maharaj, Ashram Raj, our Nemi Maharaj, only once or twice. I would really love it if more God brothers were coming on much more next year.
Yes.
Oh, Shamarani, yeah, I missed yesterday. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, if devotees could come more, it adds so much to the flavor and the different perspectives. You appreciate so much hearing from devotees with different ways of speaking and different perspectives. It's so enlivening. It adds so much. And I learned so much this time too. It was really great. So, of course, I'd like to come and be there personally, but as it said, if you can't be in Vrindavan personally, you be there by mind. And this time, more than any other, as I said over and over now, I felt like I was there in my mind and heart. It's really great. Even, even the same kinds of mental and physical trials you have, just to relate to people that have or have not been on parikram. I can remember the very first time we went on it. I went on under Gurudev's guidance in '97. And at this time had been outside of, close devotee association and practice for about 15 years. I mean, my friends were devotees, but we're all living outside and there was nothing going on. We weren't practicing. Punar Mustika Baba, we'd all become mites again. So, having met Gurudev and hearing about the parikram and being inspired to go, we went. And it was so demanding and so difficult at first. I remember the first week or so, just being thrown from basically a karmi existence into full-on Gurudev style parikram. And there were no headsets and no translations and no radios and all these things. And everybody every night was sleeping in a big room together with or without a tent. It was very austere, very austere. And the first week I was in torment. But gradually, the mercy of Vrindavan and the dust and the association with devotees began to pierce through all that gross material covering, and day after day it became more and more relishable, and there's more and more appreciation. And by the end, when we had to go, I didn't want to go. Didn't want to go. And that's what this was like too. I thought, oh, how can I do 30 days? We get soft in the West, in our comforts and in our routine. But day after day, it became more and more relishable. And by the end, I was thinking, oh, no, it's almost over. In the beginning, thinking, oh, when will this end? And in the end, thinking, oh, why does it have to end? And that's what we're trying to cultivate in our bhakti. I'm just being honest, how my own impure heart reacts, right? How my own wicked mind reacts. It's to share that. So you may have experienced that same thing, but somehow we all stuck it out. And then Gurudev would gather us all together and then reiterate the importance of this parikram, the enormous benefit that one gets by doing this. And that also includes by doing the kata and the manasi parikram, enormous benefit. And to take that home with you, wherever you're going, take it home and continue to practice, continue to do something every day, right? Continue to study and read and share these things, and to in one's heart honor Vrindavan, honor Navadvip, and try to perform your sadhan and your bhajan with that kind of connection. And then he would say, he'd be very jolly, because he knew what everyone had gone through, all the austerity, and he's saying, now when you go home, and he would say this every time, tell everybody how wonderful it was. There was no difficulty, no sickness. Prasadam was amazing every day. You know, there were no problems at all. The rooms were very comfortable. You know, everything was very nice, even though it may have been quite austere. He said, don't talk about any of that. Say how great and comfortable it was. Everybody had a room with attached bath. All these things, he would just be laughing. And then get more people to come. Bring 10 people with you, right? And it would grow. It grew every year while he was instructing us. And you really look forward to it. And now in my dotage and my old age, I'm beginning to realize the extraordinary quality of that gift, you know, not just for myself, but seeing it in the speakers and how these impressions have grown in their hearts and how much realization they have. And now they're sharing it with us. So I'm very grateful. I'm grateful to the organizers once again, Yashodhari, for taking this up. I wish your dear husband had spoken more. He spoke in the first few days. He's so excellent. I know he's probably humble or shy or something, but very, very excellent. And more. I mean, I hope next year, you know, we can have more people that might want to contribute on this day or that day. So with that, I'll just conclude my little talk. And thank you all once again for my Dandavat Pranams at the lotus feet of all the assembled Vaisnavas and to our beloved gurus. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you, Maharaj. That's very, very beautiful. And we're really grateful to you. You gave a little bit of Srila Prabhupada in throughout this whole program, and I'm very grateful for that as well. So thank you, Maharaj. Shripacharandi Maharaj, did you want to add something?
You want me to speak something now?
Well, I was thinking so that Vaiti Maharaj would speak next, and then you.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, actually.
Should it wait till Maharaj can speak? Yeah. He's there? Yes. He's here.
Haribol Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams.
Go ahead, Maharaj. Am I on? Yes? All right.
Yeah, Maharaj, you're on.
Agyan Timinandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Shakshurminitaminata Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Gayati Girinyat Kripam Tamamam Shri Guru Dinatarinam Param Madhavam Parindrabadam. So I'm so thankful to Shri Patrani Maharaj. We are neighbors here in Radhakund. I live 2 blocks away. In the matter of Sripad Bhakti Prapantirtha Maharaj, senior disciple of Sridhar Maharaj, I've been with for 2 years. And then Trini Maharaj said, oh, maybe you can help sometime or speak a little bit. And then he became more and more involved in me, and I'm very thankful because, you know, really that year, that made me remember Gurudev much more than any other time. Gurudev always said, no, what is the benefit of the parikram? That we indulge or involve ourselves very intensely in activities. Mahaprabhu said out of the 64 items of bhakti, 5 are most important, right? What are those? Nam, Sankirtan, Bhagavat Shravan, Mathurava Shimurtila Shalaya Sevan in Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha, beginning with Sadhu Sangha. So that's why Gurudev would say, my dear Western devotees, I know that you are all great demigods and demigoddesses, and you live in your heavenly planet where the women are so beautiful. Even I, I'm afraid to venture there without my brahmacharis and sannyasis. But for 1 month, please forget your demigods opulence and come to associate with us poor Indians in Vrindavan and do some austerity to get the benefit of living simply at least for 1 month. So when you're already in India, that's goes as a matter of fact. But when you're in the West, I remember, like Bakanas Maharaj was just mentioning, the first parigram, 96, I came the first time, end of 96, we were Modi Bhavan in Govardhan, sometimes no water, 500 people, a few bathrooms in the morning, no water, and sometimes just a bucket and pumping, trying to pump some water out of I don't know what, and with a bucket, freezing, but so happy to be there with Gurudev. I mean, I had not experienced that for so many years since my younger days in ISKCON. And that was so wonderful. But especially because Sadhu Sangha, Gurudev was there. And Gurudev's presence made everything just enchanting. You could sometimes go in Gurudev's room, there'd be devotees sleeping under his bed, sleeping in the corners. Gurudev would say, you Westerners, we're building those big facilities for you guys. We Indians, we can sleep 20 in a room. When you're 2 in a room, you start to complain, oh, he puts on the fan, I don't want the fan, or he's snoring, or no. But us, look, and you go in Gurudev's room, I mean, he's an acharya, right? And the room would be packed with people. You wouldn't even have a privacy, under his bed, next, behind, on all the corners, just bodies, But in India, I was just counting today. I saw that I wanted to, coming back from Vrindavan, 2 people on a motorcycle, that's normal. 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, 6 people on the motorcycle. I couldn't take pictures, but I really wanted to say. And when we have a joke in France, how many people do you put in an Indian car? 1 more. 1 more. And I went this morning, we were 4 in the rickshaw, and I saw a rickshaw with 4 and 4 and 4 and 3. I mean, you put like 5 Westerners and they put 13 Indians. And for them, it's normal. That's the way they. So that really takes it out of our comfort zone, and that's where you make advancement. That's why Gurudev would tell us, my dear demigods, pull out from your planets and come here and experience the Dham. And the parigram gives us that opportunity. I mean, we had the good luck to be here physically and do it. Also, Tirtha Maharaj, because his leg was been injured by one cow kicking him back in Navadvip, so he couldn't do much of the parigram. So we didn't go to so many places. Actually, this time, I went to more places virtually than physically, although I'm here in Branch. Now, I took a few times, some Russian students of mine in various places, but I was more on the virtual programs thanks to Tridanti Maharaj, who pulled me from my comfort, in the mat. I can just chill and translate. So I'm very grateful to Maharaj to have engaged me like that. And Gurudev always said, we asked him, what means bhajan after you're gone? He said, if you think about me, that is your bhajan. And I can really say this time, through this parigram, it was so much easier to remember Gurudev. When you do it physically, of course, you remember, okay, we're here going with Gurudev. You chant and you imagine that you're just following Gurudev as we would do in morning walk, just following his feet and thinking, I want to follow these feet to the end of the world, wherever they take me. So I had that impression during that virtual parigram. And really, we went to those places and remembering Gurudev, what he would say, although I was a little, that's my tendency to go all over the place, not to remain focused on the place we're talking about. So you have to forgive me for that. That's my, I always say, no, I don't have any bhakti, so at least I should have some gyan, some knowledge. And then that's what I cultivate. No. So this program was really wonderful for me. And I hope that next year I'll still be here in Vrindavan doing it physically. And that Triani Maharaj would again be kind enough to engage me in some seva. No, because that was really so nice to be able to remember and speak what we heard from Gurudev, we gathered from him, and then spice it up with one's own, personal experiences like that. So all glories to the virtual parikrama. Yashodhari, that was so kind of you to engage me like that, to accept my presence with all my shortcomings. That was really wonderful, a chance to share. Hare Krishna.
Haribol Maharaj, thank you so much. You all have so many Chintamani gems hidden away in your hearts, and you're being very kind and distributing that. Like Srila Gurudev has given so much, so much. Srila Prabhupada's given so much. The whole entire Rupanuga Guru Varg's given so much, and this platform is created to be able to share those very essence, the things that Gurudev has given us, Srila Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada. So thank you, Maharaj. You're always going to be welcome here, and we hope that we get to hear from you more often. So watch this space, Maharaj. You will be contacted a lot more by one of us from the team. So thank you, Maharaj. Haribol. Tridani Maharaj, Nemi Maharaj is also here, so I guess I will ask him to go first, and then you. Yeah. Shripad Nemi Maharaj. Let's see. Yeah. Haribol Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna.
What a wonderful background.
It's
a great background.
It's the only halo that I get.
It's wonderful.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmiltam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Samaniti Namane. Namam Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Sishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayaniti Namane. Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripasinabhavacha Putidanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaur Bhaktivedanta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Offering my humble obeisances, lotus feet of our dearly beloved Srila Prabhupada, our dearly beloved Srila Gurudev, my Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj, all our Rupanuga Guru Varga, all devotees present, headed by our illustrious preachers and our illustrious Chidandigan. Hare Krishna. It's amazing to be in the company, like in a family of like comrades at arms. Been through so much, so many decades. And here we are reveling in the moods and pastimes of our dearly beloved acharyas. Such stellar personalities. Srila Prabhupada, the one personality in this day of Lord Brahma who spread Krishna consciousness, means bhakti to the Supreme Lord, including bhakti to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Radha Krishna and their pastimes, their associates and everything in Braj. What an amazing personality. And then the moods of our Srila Gurudev, who opened up the treasure chest of Braj Bhakti, spontaneous Bhakti, for the most unlikely people. Nobody could have done that. And we're coming and still like reveling with affection, loving affection in their moods and pastimes. It's amazing, amazing opportunity. I just like to put forward something just recently I started reading Madhurya Kadambini, Srila Gurudev's Madhurya Kadambini. And I was reading the second verse. Now, it may be like totally obvious to everybody else, but it wasn't obvious to me. It was like, wow. Gurudev is saying that, he's pointing out that Rupa Goswami established that the Swarup of Bhakti is Ras. And you think, well, okay, yeah, of course. But it's not, of course. And Gurudev's pointing out that Srila Rupa Goswami's definition of pure bhakti actually specifically incorporates Anukulyana Krishna Anushilanam. When you expand it, like Srila Gurudev expands it, that's all of Ras. It's all loving relationships, all the Ras is everything there. Anukulyana Krishna Anushilanam. And it's not there in the previous definitions. Savai Pungsau Paro Dharma Yatod Bhaktir Ahoitikya Pratihata. No mention. So, Srila Gurudev, I'd heard him talk previously. He was pointing out that Rupa Goswami was the first one who talked about bhakti ras. Other people had talked about bhakti and prem, but they hadn't talked about bhakti ras. And this one, like, apparently simple point, because we've been brought up in that atmosphere. Especially by Gurudev. So it seems to me that, like, this is Srila Rupa Goswami's contribution. It's like the summit perfection, that the Srupa Bhakti is Ras. It's like, E equals MC squared. And there's another one, Euler's equation as well. I mean, absolutely jaw-dropping equations, but this is the ultimate jaw-dropping equation. Sarupa Bhakti is Ras, and the Sarupa Ras is Krishna. That's the next verse. So Gurudev is that. My Guru Maharaj could not put that forward because we wouldn't have understood what he was talking about. Ras, what's that? So Gurudev is that amazing personality who he's pointing that out, but he's not only pointing that out, it's the speciality of his whole approach to bhakti. Like, I'll give an example. 2 days after Srila Prabhupada passed away, Rupanuga Prabhu gave a talk, like, what should we be doing when we're chanting? And he said, well, Prabhupada said either we should just concentrate on the sound of the holy name, because that's like concentrating on Krishna, or we should feel the transcendental potency of the holy name. Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj also, his instruction was like that. You chant the holy name and accept whatever mercy the holy name sends. But that wasn't Gurudev's approach. He's training us to remember, remember worship to Gurudev, remember worship Radha Krishna, remember Brajmandal Parikrama, remember moods from the Shikshastakam, other scriptures, and then going higher, remembering names of Krishna and the pastimes associated with those names, especially Yashomati Nandan and Vibhavadishesh, and then higher than that, remembering pastimes themselves. Because he says in that same purport that the basis of Gaudiya Bhajan is Ras. So the whole thing is about relationship. It's so amazing to come in line from those two stellar personalities. And to be in the family of devotees who are dedicated to their moods and mission and still, associating joyously. So this Parikrama has been a wonderful opportunity. Unfortunately, circumstantially, I've been somewhat removed from it. I'm just in the process of actually moving to Lithuania. So it's been a bit of a turmoil in various ways. But it's a wonderful effort on the part of Srila Gurudev's devotees to keep his Sangha together, preserve his moods. And I'm really grateful to, I mean, obviously, especially Yashodhari, but I know it's not a one-man band. Tarun, I know also. And remembering Yashodananda Prabhuji, who took the big initiative to get this going, get it all together so that the next generation, I could say, can continue. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Today's the last day of this year's Caturmasya, this year's Kartik. And praying for all of your association to advance in bhakti, continue with the mission of Gurudev and Prabhupada, and take part in further Kartik celebrations. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripasanivavita. Putitanam pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. That is beautiful, and we're really appreciative of your support and your encouragement. The space, like we've always said, is a space for everyone of Srila Gurudev's, the whole entire Rupa Nuga Varg. This will always be that space, a safe space for everyone, and we want that everyone will feel that they will always, when they come here, that they remember Srila Gurudev. So thank you, Maharaj, for your beautiful words and your kindness. Tridandi Maharaj, did you want to add something? Well, Vaikanas Maharaj, Maharaj, did you want to add something?
Just my appreciation deeply of what Sripad Nemi Maharaj has shared with us from the second chapter of Madhurya Kadambini, that Ras, the personification of Ras, is our ultimate reality and goal. You want me to speak on the parikrama thing? I start. You want me to present or to speak to Nemi Maharaj?
No, you can do both, Maharaj, no problem.
I can't do
Yeah.
both at the same time.
Oh no, as in you've said. I think you can.
Let me speak on the parikrama, and that'll include. But I am grateful for Sripad Nemi Maharaj's presentation deeply, as I am to Sripad Sudhavati Maharaj's presentation tonight. Absolutely beautiful, and of course, Vaikanas Maharaj is always the most inspirational offerings that he does. So, but now I'm going to just speak a little bit directly. Okay. Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tada Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Shtapitam Jina Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Priya Surupe, Dayata Surupe, Prema Surupe, Sahajabi Rupe, Nijana Rupe, Prabhuvek Rupe, Thana Rupe, Swabila Surupe. Anapita Chirim Chirat Kurunai Varatino Kalo Samarapaitam Unnata Ujjvala Rasam Swabhakti Shriyam. Hari Purata Sundara Vidikatam Rastapita Sadakradare Kandare Swaratu Sachinandanaha. I'm first of all offering all my Dandavat pranams to my most beloved Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Asto Tarasara Shishima, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And the same again, all my Dandavat pranams to our most beloved Nityalila Pravishta Om Asto Tarasara Shishima, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and all our divine Upanuga Guru Varga, and all the Vaishnava and Vaishnavi devotees of the Lord, my Dandavat pranams to all of you. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhavevacha patitanam bhavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So we've been most fortunate this evening to have three illustrious speakers open out the topic of appreciating Kartik, and all have come from different perspectives, which highlights the uniqueness and nature of the individual himself. We are all hearing these same topics, but we're all able to digest them according to our own personal adhikars and previous sanskars, etc. So this is an immediate appreciation of the sweet Qatar that we've heard already this evening. I would just like to share that for me also, of course, this month of Kartik is always dramatic, traumatic, and intense every single time, because that was the way that, as Vaisnava Maharaj described, we were trained, the intensity from the very beginning with Srila Gurudev. We were sitting on the edge of a razor the whole time, from morning till night for 30 days. I was reflecting while I was watching Sripad Nemi Maharaj. The whole party stayed in Nandagaon 1 year, and it was freezing cold. And I was sleeping next to Nemi Maharaj in a sleeping bag. And it was just so cold. And my Gurudev, he told us at that time, you don't need to take bath. His Gurudev had said that in certain circumstances, you don't have to worry with your morning bath. Don't worry about it. Talking about taking us out of the box. I mean, isn't that pretty dramatic? Not even to have a bath in the morning. Nemi Maharaj will remember. And we had the Matajis were like a few meters away from us in a big hall. And we were and we had a curtain between us. And I didn't think of anything about austerity, because the infusion of speciality was so intensely high from Srila Gurudev. We would sing Radha Kripa Kataksha every morning and every night. We would sing Namami Nandanandanam every morning and every night. Every morning and every night we would sing Damodar Astakam. And that's a very powerful impression. I haven't done that since those days, to sing twice a day. And then I think sometime during the day, we would also hear at least the Gopi Geet sung, which we heard tonight, very beautifully sung by Nalini. So these impressions that we received, I can remember this time that I'm describing, there was only half a bus of Westerners and the rest were Bengalis, 7 buses of Bengalis and half a bus of Westerners. And Gurudev would always travel on the Western bus. He extended himself in such a hospitable way. We have to remember in any sort of reflection that Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj was like a pure Brijabasi, absolutely from top to bottom, Brijabasi. He was soaked in the energy and enthusiasm and attraction and affection to Vrindavan Dham and all the places. I can also remember one time we were staying in Varshana, and we all had a day off. We were given a day off. So Gurudev, on his day off, took it to go personally to Kamyavan. That was his day off, to relish the pastimes of Kamyavan. So there's just no stopping. Once the flavor of Braj begins to arise in the heart, we can start to appreciate who was this Brijabasi who was guiding us for so many years through the fields and the landscape of the Vrindavan Mandal, this pure Brijabasi. And because of his extreme affection for Braj, that was so infectious to us and taking us to all these different places. So I was reflecting on the last 30 days, the dynamics of this parikrama. We started off on Sarat Purnima. We started off in the very highest place of consideration, hearing the pastimes of the first Ras Leela, Sharat Purnima. Simultaneously, we heard at the same time glorification of the greatest Vaisnava, the greatest personality, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, his Tirabha, and all the way through flowing our parikrama. There was glorification of different Vaishnavas, glorification of different Leelas, glorification of different stalis, the places where we went to, and their individual uniqueness, just floating around in Braj. It's like, if we surrender to that experience, if we don't challenge it in any way, and when we came at that time, certainly there was no option for not surrendering. There was no door out. We were there, trapped. And we received so much kripa and mercy. I was also reflecting that at the end of every Kartik, if ever you listen to the recordings previously, all you can hear, 50% of the sound is coughing. Everyone had drunk so much dust into their lungs and chests from going on those horrible buses. I hated those buses, but still, it was such a good way to actually get in the whole parikrama. Oh, God. Yes, Gurudev would always take us out. I can remember the last year, there were 19 buses, which for us was a big amount. 19 buses in the very final year. And it used to be really stressful and traumatic, but I was just reflecting today that Krishna becomes very happy when he sees his devotees performing some austerity for his sake. Because today, here in Braj, the end of Caturmasya, it's like today where I'm staying, it's a place called Gora Dham, Gora Colony in Radhakund. And it was full of festivities. Everyone was relishing all the different foodstuffs that had been restricted. Everyone was in a very joyful mood. So we'd been in separation from so many different items for 4 months. Tomatoes, bacon, honey, so many different things. And now all of a sudden today was like the grand reunion and meeting. And Krishna, I know, was very happy to see all the Vaisnavas relishing festively their breaking of their food restrictions today. It's a very, and taking off these horrible beards, scratching. I hate these beards. Anyway, it's the most austere time to actually keep the beard. It's hot and it's, you know, it's never fun. But so Krishna has inspired the hearts of the great Vaishnavas to give us these experiences of the Braj Mandal Parikrama. And as Sripad Vaikanis Maharaj alluded, that I'm always finding it very inspiring to know about where we're going in Braj. I find that then we can feel more comfortable, more relaxed, more. This is our eternal home. The Braj Mandal is our eternal home. So to become familiar with that place and where the different forests and upavans are, and when we reflect upon just the names of the forests, and if we can begin to associate the pastimes that took place there, this is tremendously inspiring for the heart's connection with this rasa that Sripad Nemi Maharaj was just speaking about. Gurudev always described that the lila is the priority, riding on the horse of tattva. The tattva must be there, the horse must be there, but the rider is the principal ingredient to focus on, the rider. That is the lila. The lila is the highest consideration. So for this whole month, how many leelas have we heard? We started off by hearing Rasa Leela, then Kalya Leela, then leelas about the great Acharyas, Sanatana Goswami, and then where else? All the different demons of Braj, Putana, Bakasura, Agasura, all the Trinavrata, all the different demons, Pralambasura. Actually, yesterday, I was meant to say something about Bakasura, but time was too short, so we didn't actually. So I'm just saying Bakasura, just for our memory today. And then, of course, Govardhan Leela. We come to Giriraj Govardhan, we stay here for many days, going over the Anukut festival. We hear about Madhavendra Puripad, we go on Govardhan Parikrama, etc. We become soaked in all this atmosphere of Braj, most strongly around Govardhan. And then in the last days, we go to the most sacred places of Varshana, Nandagam, Uddhav Kyeri. We become really close to the Brajabasis, to the gopis in particular. So in these last days, it's almost like the icing on the cake is waited until the very end of the parikrama. And we come to these exalted places, Prem Sarovar and Sanket. So you see how we've traveled around the mandal and how, and this is all under guidance from our acharyas traditionally. Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, all these personalities have their stallies there. We went to Terrakadamba in Nandagaon. We went to Pavan Sarovar of Sanatan Goswami in Nandagaon again. We go to all these different places of these personalities where they resided. They would reside under a different tree every night because the trees themselves would relate different pastimes. They would hear different pastimes from each tree. They didn't stay under the same tree every day. They would go to another tree. Srinivasacharya, he's given us the Sat Goswami Astaka. Sankhya, Purvaka, Nama, Gananati. We go through all these different appreciations. So simultaneously to the pastimes, to the leelas, to the actual geographical locations, and to the glorious acharyas who have trodden this path. And of course, we also have the Tirabhav of our most beloved, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, practically right in the center, like a drop of absolute nectar, reminding us of our identities, where we've come from, especially for the Westerners, and how miraculous it is. We have the fortune to come into this place. But behind everything, we're understanding that the Yuga Avatar, Sachinandan Gaurahari, is the one who is really giving us the vital ingredient through Srila Rupa Goswami of what is Bhakti Ras. Because as Sripad Nemi Maharaj was saying, this Bhakti Ras has to be the vital ingredient of where we've come this last month. This is what we're looking to ultimately. We talked this verse, I spoke before, this Klesh Agni Shubhada. Yes, we have our practice of sadhana. That is usually considered Vaidhi. But if that Vaidhi is not being focused on Bhav Bhakti, our sadhana Bhakti is zero. So how to focus that from a very low conditioned state, except to come to these places and hear these pastimes will inspire the heart towards taking shelter of the lila. And that lila has the potency. What's that? Vikriditam Brajabadubi itam cha Vishnu Shradanvito Nushunyad Artha Varaninya Bhaktim Param Bhagavati Prati Labhya Karmam Hridrogam Asav Apinate Acharena Dira. That this Hridrogam of the heart will be purified by hearing the leelas from exalted pure devotees. So this is what Kartik Parikrama means, isn't it? This is what it means to hear the pastimes, the leelas, the amazing dramas like we heard last night was just breathtaking from Shripad Vaikanis Maharaj. That pastime of Yogamaya arranging for the snake bite, etc. And Jyotila, the whole household being purified. I mean, what an amazing drama Krishna performed in that Leela, bringing those personalities together in such an amazing way. So this is our experience. And now I want to read what Gurudev has written himself. He says, today is the last day of Kartik. All 64 limbs of bhakti can be performed very easily, as Sripad Sudadvaiti Maharaj was saying, during this month. I have full faith in the boon of Narada Muni. Srila Gurudev didn't just say this once, he said it almost every single time. I've heard Gurudev say it so many times. He had faith in Narada Muni saying, offered as a prayer to Sri Krishna, please bestow Krishna Prem upon anyone who hears your sweet pastimes and visits the places where those pastimes occurred. In the month of Kartik, in the month of Kartik, everything is intensified. I've had the fortune to really appreciate that. I've been doing this Radhakund Parikrama so many months now, but when Kartik came, the first day of Kartik, the shower of mercy that manifested from that Parikrama that I've been doing every day was like 20 times what it had been previously. It's a reality. In the month of Kartik, it's a reality that the mercy is bestowed much more prolifically, much more strongly. So Gurudev says, I am confident that Sri Krishna will surely fulfill Narad's desire. Krishna always fulfills Narad's desires. He even fulfilled the desire of Nalagriva and Manikuvera. He he desired their purification, even though they were reprobates. Still, that's what I omitted, actually. I knew I omitted something in the description briefly of Kartik, was the Damodar Astakam. We had that flowing through the background the whole time. I mean, what an incredible Astakam that is. And then, therefore, please try and come every year. If you feel genuinely bereft and fallen, come every year. Who doesn't feel bereft and fallen? Who is so proud to say that they feel, you know, satisfied?
Don't be weak.
Don't be weak. Yes. Don't be hopeless.
And my dear friends, especially Russian devotees, there's no shortcut to the lotus feet of Radhika. Don't go to Radha Kun Associate.
Babaji's. Yes, he's saying don't go to the Babaji's.
My
Stay.
dear devotees, especially Russian devotees.
What don't we have already given to us by our beloved Srila Gurudev? And without Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, none of us would have actually even developed the adhikar to have come to Srila Gurudev. So there's no difference between these two personalities. They're completely in sync. So I think I've said enough, but I always feel personally very inspired about Kartik. And I'm so indebted to Yashodhari for actually mounting this and putting this up on the screen again. Without her encouragement, I would have just been off the side doing some little individual independent thing. But actually with her inspiration, it went much more viral, I think, in the world. And next year, Yashodhari, we must have it even more organized and, you know, with more speakers, as you say. Yashodanandan's vision was to do it 24 hours time across the globe. He had a plan actually to chant, what was it, 1 billion names in one day on the whole planet. He was a big man and he had big plans, and Gurudev inspired him. So we're fortunate to be running in his, what he has arranged. So I think Yashodhari and her team, Taran Prabhu, Nalini, Radhika, all these different personalities. Anyone I've left out? Oh, Anuradha, the other MC, have been really, really good. So we're really grateful for the Bhakti Zoom team. And every year, and Yashodhari is saying we should come to Navadvip Parikrama. So Navadvip Parikrama. Thank you, Yashodhari. Thank you for everything. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha, kripa sindhuvevacha, patitanam pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, namo namaha.
I'm hesitant to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
All right, I won't.
No, you should say that. Now I'm
All right,
curious.
I
What are
will.
you going to say?
All right. Well, for the last few years, we've been doing a regular discourse every morning on a platform called Discord, organized by Nityananda and Taruni from. And every month during this Kartik month, we've been reading, we always read the Yajna pastime from Ananda Vrindavan Champu, Gopal Champu, Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna book. We read it every year. No, after Kartik, starting tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, so we read all of those, and we have our regular morning class. At one time, it was a big class. We had about 25 people, but as we move around and time zones change, now we're just down to a few handful people. But if anyone wants to hear this on Discord, Discord is a very user-friendly platform. It uses very low bandwidth. It's meant for gamers, hundreds of people on at the same time. And it's under Sadhu Seva Community. Nityananda has that information. And so if you want, also we started putting it on YouTube. I've been doing that, but that's kind of weird. I'm really embarrassed to be on YouTube, but one devotee gave me a computer on the condition that we post these on YouTube. So it's there also. It'll be starting under, what is it? What's my name? Vaikanas Maharaj, something, I don't know, YouTube. I'm on, I think it's under Vaikanas Maharaj, something like that. Anyway, so if you want to hear about the Katyani-vrata, we'll be doing that for the next month. Yeah, it's really powerful. And it ties into everything that we've done here. You know, so it's very good. All right. Sorry. I don't appear, I don't want to be self-promoting. I'm not trying to promote
No,
myself.
no.
Promoting this kata.
He was. He did. He promoted himself completely.
He did not.
But it's very good.
That's your first strike, Maharaj.
Huh?
That's Tarun said that's his first
This
strike.
is true humility. This is the greatest humility.
No, I'm not stealing. No, I'm not stealing.
Yes.
Actually, higher than humility is truth. You know, I have to tell the truth, you know. Anyway, so that's that.
Thank you, Maharaj. And also thank you, Sripad Tridandi Maharaj, for your beautiful conclusion on our parikrama. Sometimes when you gain so much, it's very hard to put into words what you want to express. So my words are failing. So maybe I will try and find some words towards the end. But since you were speaking about Yashodanandan Prabhu, we have a beautiful small clip from 2020, I think, or 21, where Yashoda also concluded on this day. So Tarun Prabhu will play
21.
that shortly. 21? Yeah, so the last time then. He will play that shortly. And then we've got another 15-20 minutes, and then we will close for program. So just please bear with us. Tarun, please, if you could share the video, that'd be wonderful. Can
You're
everyone
most-
else hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I don't know where Tarun Prabhu's gone, so maybe we'll swap it around, because we also have a small clip of Srila Gurudev concluding parikrama. I don't know what's happened here with Tarun Prabhu, but we wanted that Yashoda speaks before Gurudev. But anyways, whatever the case may be, let me play the other video for you.
By the causeless mercy of Nitya-lila Pravishtom Vishnupada Sutta Srismad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, my Guru Padma, and Gandharvita Girdhari Radha Vinod Bihari Ji ki Kripa, our Prajamandal Parikrama is very successful in all respects. All Navdha Bhakti, 64 kinds of bhaktis are performed in this month very easily. And also, I have full confidence on the boon of Narad that anyone who will hear all these sweet pastimes and they will go to the places of this sweet pastime. Oh, please give them Krishna Prem. I think Krishna will fulfill his boon. So each year you should try to come. What we have discussed in this month, very important. Here and the places where we went, and the places, oh, very powerful. Rasasthali, Rasauli, you went Bansi Bhat, you went Bhandi Bhat, everywhere you went. I know that you cannot be happy by boarding as you live in your houses, palaces. We are not so much facility. but yet we try. But it is not sufficient for you. You are like, oh king, having so much palaces of palaces. So we cannot give. Only we can give Harikatha. So, try to keep all these Harikatha in your heart pocket and be very strong. I think this Harikatha inspire all. I am inviting you all to come next year also. Also, Navadip Parikrama is coming. I am also inviting you all to come to Navadip. If you have any distress in this parikrama, try to fall for Krishna. And excuse me that I have told any harsh word or anything. Govinda
So that was the conclusion that Srila Gurudev gave. Practically what Sridhar Maharaj spoke. And now Tarun Prabhu's back online, so hopefully we'll be able to share his video and then we'll conclude our program. Oh, you're on mute.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I think my internet must have dropped off. Did you see any of the video?
No.
Did you see any of it being shared? Okay. Okay,
And your
well,
bandwidth's quite low.
Is it okay?
Maybe if
Is that
it's
what
too
it's
low,
saying?
maybe if it's too low, we can share it on the group instead. I think that might be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yashoda doesn't want it. Okay, he's gone. So this is not what we planned. But just give me one more second. Okay. So I guess what we'll do now is just play a song that Nirahari Prabhu and Bhavatarini sung for Srila Gurudev. And then we'll just say our final words and then we'll close our program.
Oh, Guru Dev, with eyes so blue, when I see the sky, I think of you with love and affection for a heart so true to our Guru Varga and the preaching moon. Before you came, I'd lost the grip of Gauranga's message, begun to slip more deeply into pious grip, forgetting the message of love of God in the lotus feet of our Prabhupada. Oh, Guru Dev,
with eyes so blue,
when I see the sky, I think of you with love and affection for a heart so true to our Guru Varga and the preaching moon. Faint but now with hope, you fill our hearts, unlocking secrets, a brand new start. The sweetest message, the highest love is to try to taste Manjari Bhav. Oh, Guru Dev, with eyes so blue, when I see the sky, I think of you with love and affection for hearts so true to our Guru Varga and the preaching mood. Thank you for saving this humble life and freeing me from confusion, strife. Oh, let me serve you more each day. At your lotus feet, I pray to stay. Oh, Guru Dev, with eyes so blue, when I see the sky, I think of you with love and affection for hearts so true to our Guru Varga and the preaching mood. Oh, Guru Dev, with eyes so blue, when I see the sky, I think of you with love and affection for hearts so true to our Guru Varga and the preaching mood. Guru Dev, 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 Jaya Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Guru Dev, with eyes so blue, when I see the sky, I think of you with love and affection for hearts so true to our Guru Varga and the preaching mood. Oh, Guru Dev, with eyes so blue, when I see the sky, I think of you with love and affection for hearts so true to our Guru Varga and the preaching mood. Oh, Guru Dev, oh, Guru Dev, Guru Dev.
Oh, beautiful. So sweet. Hopefully you can share that video as well on the chat. Because it wasn't coming through perfectly. I'd like to listen to it like really smoothly, but the sweetness was all coming through. You can hear me clearly, right? Yeah. Okay. So now has come to the traditional time where everyone needs to be thanked. So firstly, Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmaya Shri Gurave Namaha. Before the general thank you list, I'd like to thank my own Guru Dev, without whom I would not be here and be able to to make a small commitment to this wonderful virtual parikram. And my Param Gurudev are Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, without whom this would not be possible, and to our entire Rupanuga Guru Varg, who are giving us mercy all the way through. So first and foremost, we've got to thank Yashodhari Didi, who like Yashodanandan would do, and like she would do also in the past, would seemingly do a lot of seva, but in the background be doing twice or three times the amount of seva. So much she's been doing. She's been non-stop, all while having a job. I could go on for a long time about how much she's done, but I know she wouldn't like it. So at least to say thank you, I won't go on for too long. But really, she's really been doing so much. It's unbelievable and it's so inspiring. I'd like to thank the rest of our MCs, Srimati Janava Didi, Srimati Anuradha Didi, Srimati Vishnupriya Didi, Srimati Manini Radha Didi, and Shriman Nityananda Prabhu. You all emceed so nicely, so sweetly. You all set examples to me because I'm here by need, but really I'm not very qualified to do this kind of service. But seeing all of you do it was a really nice example. By the way, before I continue towards the end, if I've missed anyone out, can you put in the chat so I can thank them? I created a relatively extensive list, but there's a possibility that I might have missed some names. So as I go through, if I've missed anyone, please write that who I've missed. So general those who didn't fit into a specific category but were instrumental. Srimati Madhuri Didi was doing some of the background saver as well, helping get kirtanirs, helping sort out all the organization. Thank you so much. Shriman Balabhadra Prabhu, who was posting lyrics every day for everyone to follow along to the beautiful kirtans. Srimati Ras Manjari Didi, who was sharing all the photos and the maps, was so instrumental to adding to the immersion of this parikram. To all the kirtanirs, and this one I might have missed someone out, but so let me know. Srimati Nalini Didi, Shriman Madhumangal Prabhu, Shriman Ananta Krishna Prabhu, Srimati Taruni Gopi Didi, and Shriman Nityananda Prabhu. A special thank you to you guys for stepping in last minute so many times and adding to the sweetness of the program. Srimati Radhika Didi, Shriman Ramananda Prabhu, Srimati Damayanti Didi, Srimati Krishna Priya Didi, Srimati Chatamayi Didi. To all of the speakers on Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day, we had a 6-hour long program and we didn't do a full thank you at the end, so I want to thank them all. Shriman Kishori Mohan Prabhu and Srimati Sudevi Didi, Shriman Prakashatma Prabhu, Shripad Vaikanas Maharaj, Shriman Narahari Prabhu and Srimati Bhavatarini Didi, Shripad Shrudadvaiti Maharaj, Shriman Madhava Prabhu, Shriman Jiva Pavan Prabhu, Shripad Nemi Maharaj, Shriman Mahabudhi Prabhu, Srimati Shamarani Didi, and Shriman Badara Prabhu. And to our general speakers, Shripad Tridandi Maharaj, who was also instrumental in organizing the parikram, who is always inspiring all of us, but I feel especially inspired always in the past and especially this month. I feel so inspired And also, not only his own guitar was so sweet, but it was also, I believe, largely because of him that we had our other two most prominent speakers, Shripad Vaikanas Maharaj and Shripad Shuddhavati Maharaj. He brought them on and insisted that they speak almost every day, which was so sweet. So we're grateful for his guitar. So thanking Shripad Vaikanas Maharaj as well for your beautiful guitar and for your spontaneous impromptu one person dramas, which were so absorbing, especially yesterday's. I was really relishing. Sri Pad Shuddhavati Maharaj, such sweet guitar. We're so fortunate to have you in spite of all of the audio issues we had of you and Shripad Tridandi Maharaj being on separate devices but in the same room. And also a special thank you for not mentioning my hair once the entire month. Greatly appreciated. Uh, to Shripad Nemi Maharaj, who spoke so sweetly, and has also been instrumental in the past for establishing this practice of doing a virtual parigram. We're always grateful. I'm always grateful to hear your guitar. To Shripad Ashram Maharaj, who is always so inspiring, but was even extra inspiring this month. I hope to see you soon, even though I don't think you're listening right now. To my own Guru Dev, Shripad Mon Maharaj, to Shripad Siddhanti Maharaj, Shripad, thank you to Shripad Padmanabha Maharaj, to Srimati Shamarani Didi, to Shriman Bipin Bihari Prabhu, to Shriman Sachinandam Prabhu, and to Shriman Gaurasundar Prabhu. Also, I have to thank all of the listeners. So many of you without so grateful and supportive from someone called
Tarun Prabhu?
Yash.
Yeah, you're. Hello? Okay, I'll continue. I'll continue from there. We want to thank all of the listeners that have taken time to, um, for taking time to listen to our Harikatha and this Harikatha and being the platform and the ears for the Vaishnavas to speak. Without your ears, without your ears, it's very inspirational for devotees to, um, speak Harikatha. Um, and thank you for the devotees that, especially certain devotees that live in secluded areas that have helped to inspire us to do this Harikatha and restart Zoom again. And whilst Tarun Prabhu, you cut out at once the listeners. That's where you cut out. So did
Okay,
you want to
great.
continue?
No, you keep going and then
No,
you
it's
were
okay. You can.
okay,
I
so
just thank the listeners.
you thank the listeners. Thank
Yep.
all the Shravanirs as Yashodanandan Prabhu referred to them, without the listeners. But we wouldn't really be doing this. We wouldn't have the same enthusiasm. But also, so many of the listeners are giving me so much encouragement and sending so many nice messages. And so we're so grateful because it's everyone's taking part. And I also want to thank Sriman Yashodanandam Prabhu. I realized maybe a year ago or something that apart from my own Gurudev, no one in the span of my devotional lifetime has engaged me in as much savor as Yashoda. He's engaged me in so much, and he established this, and he was so enthusiastic about Bhakti Zoom and serving the whole Sangha, as Sripad Nini Maharaj was saying earlier about how it brings together Srila Gurudev Sangha, and that was so important to him. And so on today, I haven't missed him so much this month because I've kind of felt like that we've been following what he'd want to be doing, and therefore in that I'm not feeling so well, so I'm struggling to find the words to express it, but in that I've felt like he's been present. He's been both present, but also his memory is living on. He is living on, and he is satisfied that, you know, the Zoom, the Harikatha is still being spoken over Zoom, and we're still organizing and coming together and hearing from senior Vaishnavas. And with that, I also wanted to make an open request, because something else that was so important to Sriman Yashodanandam Prabhu was the London Sangha. So I wanted to invite all of the devotees, wherever possible, to come visit us here to help support us. A few years ago, the Ganga Matas moved away from London, and we want see Yashoda rubbing her face, and like we want more and more, and then Yashodhari move away from London. We want more and more devotees to come visit us in London and help support myself and so many other devotees. And it's such a beautiful Sangha. So I hope all of the listeners and speakers will be able to come visit us at some point in the future. So thank you so much, everyone. Dandavat pranams, vanchakalpa tiruyascha, kripa sindhu bhaevacha, patitanam pavanebhyo, vaishnavebhyo, namo namaha.
Haribo, thank you. And we should all be thanking Tarun Prabhu for the enthusiastic seva that he's been doing behind the closed doors, and he's been really supportive and encouraging me to do seva, which I was trying to fight, but together we've been able to somehow arrange for this to continue. So I am very grateful to Tarun for your help, support, and encouragement from the bottom of my heart. Devotees, we just want to say that anything that we may have done wrong on this program or this program, please forgive us, because our intention is not to do anything that is against what our Gurudev has taught us. Anything bad is our own qualities, and anything good that you've seen throughout this is the qualities and mercy of all the Vaishnavas and Srila Gurudev. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for participating in this program. Watch this space, because Bhakti Zoom is technically back. Let's see how long it goes for. But every day is a new day, and we'll try and continue this so that we can help devotees. And please do share these. You can rewatch any of these programs back on our Bhakti Zoom YouTube page. You can rewatch any of these beautiful Harikathas. And yeah, look forward to seeing you very soon. Haribol and my Dandavat pranams. Vancha kalpatarubhisha kripa sindhu bhevcha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah.